side of here, he's got to win 4 games in a row, and he's going to pull out the wolf immediately. We'll see how this benefits him a bit more. I think, you know, it's not the worst case scenario. I understand the pick for Sephiroth, but if you are more comfortable with your wolf, play the wolf.
No, for sure. I have a feeling that if it was the other way around and that Jakal was on the winner's side of Grands and, you know, Steffen was on the losers, we would probably be seeing the Roth because he would have a little bit more room to experiment because obviously he's got a whole nother set to lose as he loses the first one, but now it's looking like he just wants to get that W. Collect his paycheck like he is one to normally do, and then just make his way out of the building post-haste. Double dash attack, the double Charlie Brown, actually almost getting into the TNT right there with the anvil block right there this time around. Small battlefield though, oh god. Not prepared to tech that, no.
Yeah, it's kind of alley-ooped him to himself on the forward smash there. And now we're seeing Steffen. He recognizes, hey, listen, I've got all the time in the world to do what I need to. You're going to have to play around my gameplay style. 118, though, that's not enough for, you know, to close out Jakal quite yet. Ooh, tried to get that forward air follow-up. Tried to get the forward smash on the punish, but just not going to be fast enough with it. And Steffen's going to continue to hold this lead pretty well. He's already got gold. He's got diamond ready to go. I think he's just trying to find a way to close out the stock and just get whatever damage he can.
Yeah, he's recognizing that there's no real reason for him to approach right now and risk anything at this percent, because he knows that Jakal's got the reaction time of a god. He's going to be able to react to most aggressive options that he's going to be able to do right there, so why not just hang back, you know, get a couple more of that resource management up right there. He knows that Wolf's got that nair that's going to stuff out a lot of the options, as you're seeing, as well as creating crazy tech chase and tech scenarios like that, like the down smash will be able to do. Back air is going to be able to take the stock, though. But now, as a result, Steffen might have been playing just a little too passive when he couldn't, and now he's down a stock because of it, Skiff.
Yeah, and look at that. He's just chasing Jakal around. This is where, you know, smart players do a little bit better here. He's going to take his time. He's not going to engage on anything that he doesn't need to. He's going to allow Steffen to waste this diamond here, right? Just try to pick up some damage here and there. That's a big one right there, too. He got rid of the block and waited to see what Steffen was going to do, and that's when he made his attempt for the dash attack. I do like the reflector. Unfortunately, you are going to lose a stock for it, but you got 62% in the process. This is how you fight a Steve.
Such crazy situational awareness on the part of Jakal coming out, my friend. Just utilizing those blocks and, like you said, waiting to see what option he did out of it, my friend. So many players will just break those blocks and try to force their way through, thinking like, oh, okay, I played the metagame right here. Like, I broke his barriers, now I can come in and get him. But no, it's not necessarily how it works, my friend. I mean, not too many people think that, but this is Jakal we're talking about. He's prepared for many, every, and all scenarios and considers, you know, these sets that he has against Steffen to be research, man. I'm sure he's very grateful that this region has as good of a Steve as it does.
All right, there we go. Got the dash attack there. I like that. The cart into the back air as well. But oh my goodness, you gotta recognize where you're at as we see the Wolf Flash close off that stock, and the block placement will even things up here. We are in a one-stock scenario on game 1. These guys have just been taking turns just destroying each other.
Yeah, they really have. Really going tit for tat in this game number 1. Right there, actually electing to down tilt the crafting table instead, because I don't know if you realize that's actually how he lost that stock. He spent the entire time just pretty much F-smashing the crafting table, 3 F-smashes in a row, and as a result, because of the increased lag that he had compared to down tilt, which he just used to take out the crafting table, that's what caused Steffen to just immediately get off the angel platform and just hit him off the level and have enough time to be able to build those blocks to get the stock. So right there, that's another thing that Jakal just immediately learned throughout this set so far, that he could just down tilt the crafting table instead in that scenario and just make sure he doesn't wind up off the level when he doesn't need to be.
Oh, there we go. I like that. The soft nair into the grab up throw back air. Wasn't able to close out the stock. He might be able to get right there. Oh, goes for the up tilt. Unfortunate. I don't think that's what he wanted. Oh, that's 2 scenarios now that he probably could have closed out the stock and just wasn't able to, just falling barely short. But there we go, man. Jakal coming in clutch. Wow, that was an incredible final stock there.
He labbed the hell out of that. I want you knowing this, Skiff. I want everybody watching this to know that he labbed the hell out of those combos, man. He's been doing that since before Slingshot was assisting making it easier. And I'm not talking about that chase with the up air right there. I'm talking about like those landing nairs into the up throw, into the back air right there. That's a tight timing. Even before slingshotting, that was a tight timing to be able to get that right there. He wasn't able to get the kill that he wanted off of it, but he still was able to get that crazy damage and was able to wind up winning the game regardless. So that's game number 1 in the loser side of set from Jakal, going in his favor. 1 more to be able to reset this bracket. We're running it right back to small battlefield. And I gotta say, you know, for the most part, I feel like I understand this pick, but those platforms are positioned in such a way that, you know, they just make such an easy safe haven for Steffen to be able to just really mine his blocks, you know what I mean? Because platforms are just, you don't have too many good options to get off of them in this game always, so when you're fighting a character that can build walls, he's gonna be able to get those materials for free most of the time, Skiff.
All right, well, I'm gonna see how Jakal kind of continues to put this pressure down right now. Okay, he tried to tease him.
He expected him to tech. Did you see that?
Yeah, like I get it. Like, like if you got the cheese and you're not using cheese in your character, you're just not playing to the highest level that you should be playing. And I feel like you probably could have held on to that grab a little bit longer, potentially an up throw, but what do I know? Definitely tried to get Jakal just off stage in general. 129 now though. Ooh, big punish on the whiff grab. What's the option here? Oh, just decide to disengage, go to the other side of the stage, throw out these backers a little bit. There we go, dash attack. Just kind of keep throwing stuff out, and eventually Steffen's going to get a little too comfortable, and Jakal's just going to have that big opening. We've seen it a couple times now.
Yeah, Jakal's patient enough to be able to wait for the openings when he sees them, my friend. He knows, like, as that F-tilt is going to take the stock. One of the things that separates him from a lot of, like, the lower level players and, you know, what makes him the top player that he is that he recognizes those little minute situations where he's not positive. He will very rarely ever press a button when he knows that he can't. And that doesn't necessarily mean that he's going to be a campy or like a patient player, you know what I mean? It just means that he's just so experienced and his fundamentals are so strong, Skiff, that he just recognizes a lot of these minor situations where he knows, even if it looks like it physically on the screen, where he's not positive. And he's not going to be the one who's going to be able to get the hit right there. And that's why he's up in the stocks right now. That's why he's damn near lapping this man in percent. That's why he's getting a max ridge back air, almost killing from the right side of the left small battlefield stage. Or platform, I should say. Why Steffen just hasn't taken a stock yet.
Yep, there goes the second one, man. It looks like we are heading towards a reset here. Jakal is just on fire. We do see Steffen finally get on the board here, right? But 2 stocks to 1, fresh 2 stocks to 1. That's just a tough spot to be in, man. It's just, oh my goodness, a nice little 56%. That was beautiful from Jakal, but now Steffen gonna answer back, misses the back air to try and even the percentage up. Either way, he's gonna find a couple extra hits, and this is where things get a little bit scary, man. Like, Steve can do this, and that's what Jakal needs to recognize. He's doing a good job of it so far. As he closes out that game, oh my God, that was crisp.
Yeah, that was a crisp wolf. My goodness, my friend, going where no wolf player has ever gone before. Over the blocks. I'm just gonna run in and hit him, and then when I do, it's gonna combo into my kill move. Watch this. Look at the way he stares at it. He's like, oh, there's a wall. I'll hit it once or twice, whatever. Boom! Blop! He wasn't trying to even break through the walls, man. He was just swinging at them to bait him into not being prepared for him jumping over it, my friend. It's like he wasn't even trying to break them, man. It's just he's knocking on the door a couple of times, right? Like to try to get into the house, like, hello, anybody home? Anybody home? I'll just burst through the window.
Well, right now we have to see how Steffen plays around this, getting 43% to get things started. This is the reset, though. So we're gonna see if Jakal can kind of keep this going. Steffen's off to a hot start. Okay, this is the up smash out of shield, just for a soft little punish, get a little bit of damage on there.
Yeah, you know, just that little bread and butters, you know, that's just soft little hits that sometimes that's all you need, you know. Play a little long game, you know, recognize your percents later on for what combos that you can get off of it later. Now we got Steve out here just gonna plop that anvil down, mine off of the anvil a little bit. I actually didn't even know that he could do that. Oh my God, off of the platform right there, man. I mean, I saw an Olimar player pull a Pinkman out of one of, like, the blocks. I mean, it is technically a platform, man. But like I said, he's something new with this character pretty much every single time. But Jakal playing so good in this grand final so far. Not a single game dropped so far. And no stocks lost in the first game yet. Minute in.
Yep. And now you can see he's got the lead. He doesn't really need to force anything he doesn't want to. It's all up to Steffen to make the play, and he does, man, as soon as that block disappears. And that's the thing you got to be careful of. As soon as they see the green light to throw out a cart, they're going. The light is green. They are going as fast as possible, pedal to the metal. They're drag racing out here. But the back throw, is that going to be enough? It won't be. A good DI from Steffen, actually.
Fast and Furious to the moon is the Steve player right there, my friend. I mean, hey, if I had a hitbox that was also a command grab, I would be throwing that thing out whenever I had the opportunity as well. Speaking of throwing out, we got one up smash and a dash attack. Charlie Brown right underneath the blocks. Good on Jakal to recognize the height of his character. Able to hurt box shift right below the blocks to be able to get that this time around. 34%, 41 tacked on with these little pieces once again. It's good on him to recognize when he is still positive and when he can get like these classic Wolf bread and butters, my friend. So many players just freak out when they're actually in and it's time for them to hit Steve because they get impatient around the blocks, but not this guy, Skiff.
Nope, no, he's definitely a very patient player and shows it time and time again throughout any of his sets. As you can see right here, look, he's just jumping around, see if he can bait Steffen into doing something. He's got no problem with Steffen taking, getting his resources. Because like any Steve who's, worth their salt a little bit, they're going to get the resources one way or another, right? And what I think a lot of... Oh! He said, hey, you forgot this one here, man. Let me get it back to you. Oh, boy. Oh, goodness.
Man.
Look at that. Yeah, great recovery.
Wow. That's one way to bring that back, my friend. What a beautiful reflector right there in the shine. Dash attacking. Ooh, a little impatience coming out from Jakal right there. I feel like if those were dirt blocks that he would have had an easier time breaking through them if there was a little bit of damage, which there were on those ones. But those were, I believe, stone, not iron. Those were stone, and the damage there wasn't that high right there. I think he just thought that the dash attack was going to be able to break through it right there, but unfortunately it was a miscalculation, and as a result, he's eating 70% out of a respawn off the Angel platform. All of a sudden, this game is definitely looking like it might be Steffen ones to lose. And it is. Not yet. Still living.
Not yet. Still living here. Jakal does have one more chance, and this is where things get a little bit scary. The grab, going for the forward throw, just getting him off stage. And he does find a way back with Wolf Flash. And this could be the one opening that he needs. Full rage, 75% here. Honestly, back air, and he was looking for it, man. That's what he needed. That would have closed out the game for sure. And no! Just rides all the way off the stage. He recognized he wasn't getting out of there in time. That's the funniest way to lose this game, I'm telling you.
People laughing in the crowd, man.
Oh, look at this. Oh, yeah, it goes back. Oh, man. Listen, people can complain about whatever they want on Steve. That is literally the funniest way to lose a stock. I do not care.
Yeah. Well, dead-ass finals. We're out here, man. That's the kind of shit. That's the kind of shit you're gonna see, my friend. I was gonna say, Jakal was bringing all of that back off of a beautiful way that he made it past the ledge, my friend. He recognized that he was able to Wolf Flash immediately on the left side of the stage because he saw that even though he was the one in hit stun, that he was the one at disadvantage, that he didn't get launched far enough, that Steffen was gonna have time to be able to build blocks based on the positioning that he was in since he was caught on the platform. So really, really smart of him to be able to do that. But unfortunately, it didn't matter because we had some trickery and some tomfoolery that happened instead with the minecart right there. Just another jank thing to pile onto that move instead, my friend. And now we have Steffen up a game. Only one more needed here in this grand final set to be able to bring it back despite all the games and the sets that Jakal won beforehand, my friend.
Yeah, I mean, hey, this would be huge for him. We're gonna have to see how, if he can get it done. But Steffen's definitely out here doing his thing. He took the games off Sephiroth earlier, and now if he was to, turn this around here, that would be huge, especially against the Wolf.
It would be, my friend. I mean, it's definitely a big mountain to climb, my friend. Wolfkin being the neutral monster that he is, my friend. He's got those hitboxes that Nair beats out so many moves in this game. You would think that he wants to just chill back. Steffen trying to capitalize on the time where he's actually in. Not going to do it that time around, though. The block not placed exactly where he wanted it to be for him to be in order to get that spike. Not that Jakal was prepared to tech it regardless. And here on Small Battlefield again. Ooh. Wasn't able to hold up to get back to the block that time around. You see Steffen bottom right corner actually grabbing his phone. I think he might have restarted his music real quick. You gotta have your tunes if you're trying to win yourself Fusion 116, my friends. But hey, gotta do what you gotta do. Am I right, Skiff?
Absolutely. But as we get into the rest of this game here, I mean, we do see Jakal finally, just kind of doing his thing. The problem is that you're already down a game, so you're gonna have to make a lot of big plays here. But there we go. Okay, gets the up air, just trying to get a little bit of something on there. Going for the Wolf Flash. I like it. That would have been huge.
Yep. I mean, and that was just pretty much the only combo that he could have had right there. I mean, he was positioned way too far. The percentage was a little too high, and basically with the way it was and the positioning that Wolf was in, definitely not fast enough to be able to capitalize off of that right there. But even more impressive is Steffen, the fact that he was prepared for the Wolf Flash right there. I believe he was holding up to ensure that he didn't get hit by the hitbox that time around. Not that the percentage was perfectly in the favor of Jakal in that scenario, but, you know, Jakal, I mean, that was just really well played by both players right there, both on the offensive side of Jakal and the defensive one of Steffen. And speaking of defensive side of Steffen, we're going to see the other side of that instead with the forward smash. As I was saying, he was hanging back, getting some materials. Even stocks, but 117% deficit.
And 126 now. This is going to be tough. I mean, we've seen what Steve can do, right, when he has Diamond right now. But now you put Diamond in with Rage, and that becomes an entirely different beast. And look at that, man. This is just something that people don't do. They don't do that. Just hit the blocks and then just stand there. Do you know how crucial it is to just stand there and watch your opponent sometimes? Just see what they're going to do? People don't do that.
People like to hold in, my guy. People like to pay money to enter these tournaments. They like to never lab when they get home, even though they say they want to improve. And then they just hold in and get mad when they lose to their local Steve, who just got home from middle school. It's like, it's definitely just a rough thing to do, man. But honestly, on the part of Steffen, I actually really like what he did in that scenario, my friend. I was fully expecting the minecart with the way that the block was positioned below, and I think Jakal was too. And I guess he recognized that that was too obvious right there. Just conditioned him once again. Rolled in just so he could get that up tilt from the part of Steve as well, and got a lot more damage off of it than he would have, frankly, had he done the minecart instead, my friend. Sometimes doing the opposite of the opposite thing in a scenario, the opposite of the scrub option, if you would, is the better thing to do, as that minecart is actually going to take the stock and force us down to last stock, my friend. Jakal's tournament stock, if he's not too careful with how he's going to try to finish out this last one on 40.
Yeah, that was definitely a lot of damage here. And you know what? We might not even see the game 3, even though Jakal's been in the lead for the most part here. Honestly, it just takes a couple strong hits from Steve, but look at that. Jakal's trying to hunt him down. This is some of the most aggressive we've seen Jakal the entire time, but that leads to his demise as we see Steffen finally clean it up in the reset 2-0 to take Fusion 116. Beautifully played. Congratulations to Steffen.
Honestly, that was really well done, man. He capitalized so hard off of that initial damage that he got from the little Minecraft block house that he created for himself. And unfortunately, Jakal was just not prepared for that air dodge towards the back right there. He was chasing him, trying to see if he could land a back air and nair to just keep the edge guard onslaught going. And Steffen just timed that air dodge right back to the platform beautifully. Because if he didn't, and Jakal reacted to that instead, which is risky of an option as that was a free Haagen-Dazs scoop with the Wolf Up Smash, which easily goes to the top. Not even. He could have also even just up-tilted him there as well if he wanted to, if the percent was right. Probably would have up-smashed since that would have been a harder read and would have killed earlier. But unfortunately, in that one particular scenario is what spelled the disaster, what spelled the game for Jakal right there, because he just wasn't prepared for it. Good on Steffen, man, capitalizing off of that scenario. And we are done with Fusion number 116, another one in the books. That is Steffen taking it for you over the hometown hero Jakal. Both these hometown heroes against each other. And let's not forget Carflow with a really well-placed third place finish. Third at Fusion. That is nothing to slouch at, my friend, man. That's a respectable finish, my friend, with some good wins on the way back, my friend. Shoutouts to everybody and all these wonderful players. Another great, wonderful Fusion Tri-State bracket in the books, my friend. Skiff, it's a pleasure to be able to cast with you again, man. That was a surprise. I didn't know it was you. And then it was just you. And I'm like, oh, yeah, Skip.
So what happened is RJ actually messaged me at like 5:30 or something like that. And then I woke up from a nap at 7:30. And I said, oh, hey, I'm good if you need me. I was